Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful Le'akim out there, pushing this word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah has created us to do, so he can wake up and seal the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you Israelites who are scattered amongst the heathen nations that may look like the heathen nations, but your father's seed line of your lineage goes back to you being a so-called black, Hispanic, or Native American. One of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. And Shalom. It's your brother Halakia from the GMS Denver camp coming back once again through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah with another lesson. And in this lesson, man, I'm going to break this chapter down into two parts. The first part is going to go into the judgment that's coming upon the heathen nations in the form of slavery for what they've done unto the Israelites. Because you have to know and understand that these heathen nations have to pay for what they've done unto us, man. And the Most High proclaims this all throughout the scriptures. So when people hear us talking about slavery, then they want to label us as racist and bigots. So, hey, fuck all that. At the end of the day, you heathen have to be repaid for what you have done unto us. And that is all according to the words that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah has spoken. Matter of fact, before we go into it, let's get Revelation 13, and we'll get verse 10. It says what? He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Hey, that's what it is. That's how it is in the earth, man. The heathen nations led us into captivity. So guess what? They're going into captivity. That's just what it is. That's according to the Most High's judgment, man, and it's righteous. This entire planet Earth's economy has been built upon the backs of us so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans ever since the transatlantic slave trade. The reason you heathen nations flourish is because of us Israelites, man. And the captivity and oppression that we suffer up under you. So this is why you're going into captivity, to build up our kingdom. It says, well, he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. They got the land by way of rape, robbery, and murder by way of the sword. So guess what? They're going to be slaughtered by the sword. It's only right. You see? That's righteous recompense. That's righteous judgment. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And this is what we're patiently waiting on. This is why we're sitting upon our hands and waiting upon Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah to rise up to the prey. You don't see us out here knocking Edomites over the head, throwing them in shackles and chains. Nah, that's not for us to do at the moment. You see, we're waiting for the Most High's prophecies to come to pass, and when it's all said and done over the course of time, we are going to gather these heathen nations up and put them in shackles and chains, man. This is what we're patiently waiting for. And it's going to come because it's all according to the Most High's will. You see? So we go back. Let's get into it. This is Joel chapter 3, verse 1. It says what? The nations will be judged. It reads, for behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. And this is the process that we're in right now. The Most High is bringing back our captivity, man. What? Meaning what? He's gathering us, beginning with the remnant. See, the remnant of us so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are being prepared to receive salvation once the Lord Yahweh Shah returns. Lord willing, we be a part of that number. You see? Us being freed from captivity, first and foremost, is by what? Us receiving this Holy Spirit to receive this truth. The proper understanding of these holy scriptures, to understand what the Most High's will is, to understand the way that we're supposed to be walking and what we're supposed to be obedient to. And what is that? That's having faith in Yahweh Shah and loving the brothers. That's the commandment that we've been given from the Almighty. Having faith in Yahweh Shah and loving the body of Yahweh Shah. It tells you that in the book of 1 John, the book of 1 John. You see, when you look all throughout the earth, you see the remnant, beginning with the men of Great Millstone and the brothers who come in the same spirit as Great Millstone, preaching the doctrine of Great Millstone, taught by apostles and elders. You see, teaching it the right way. Those are the true men of the Lord, as well as those true believers that believe upon the word of Great Millstone and the brothers who teach the same doctrine as Great Millstone. And that's all according to a prayer that Yahweh Shah prayed in John 17. Not only do I pray for them, I pray for them that shall also believe upon me because of the words that they shall speak. You see that? So that's who Yahweh, the Heavenly Father through Yahweh Shah is preparing to bring out of captivity. This is why you see us, you see, in the spirit of hastening the second coming of the Lord, longing for that kingdom where indwelleth righteousness. This is the spirit that the remnant would be in before they're fully saved from the land of their enemies, according to prophecy. Verse 2 says what? I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. And this is what is beginning. This is what's beginning right now. One moment. Yeah, so we back at it. So it says what? So, Salaki. So these heathen nations, as you look into the earth right now, you're seeing the Middle East start to intensify. It's getting hot and heavy in the Middle East, even though a lot of that stuff that's going on is propaganda. It's basically a double left, a false flag, or whatever. But it's going to cause the tension between these nations to stir up, and that's all according to biblical prophecy. You see, because the Most High is about to gather the nations of the militaries of the nations in the Middle East for World War III. You see, and that's going to be the second video I do after I do this one, going into the second part of this chapter. So we're going on. It says what? So, and why is this happening? It's because the Most High is going to judge these nations for what's being done unto his people. This is the whole purpose of World War III. You see, the nations receiving the judgment for what they've done unto the Israelites, the Most High's chosen people. You see, his people that they've scattered all throughout this planet Earth through multiple slave trades, man. The most notable one, the transatlantic slave trade. You see, you also have the sub-Saharan slave trade. So, that's what caused Israel to, one of the many reasons Israel has been scattered all throughout this planet Earth. You see, and now you have them in the Middle East fighting over a land that doesn't belong to them. You see that? Parting their land, parting our land up between themselves as if it belongs to them. See, these heathen are going to receive a judgment for all these things that they've done unto our people, man. And verse 3 says what? And they have cast lots for my people, and given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. And this is what they've done unto us. They raped our men, they raped our women, and our little children. You see? They raped our entire nation, man. On the plantations, you had fucking buck breaking going on, where they would take the biggest, strongest Israelite they could find and rape them in front of the rest of the Israelites to show who was in charge. And they would do this to multiple Israelite men. You see? To show that he had no power. They would do it in front of his wife. They would do it in front of his children. You see? Hell, sometimes they would have another Israelite do it. This is the type of shit that these nations, especially these Edomites, have done to our people, man. This is something they have to pay for. So when you fucking nations say, just forget it, it's slavery, just forget about it, that's like you spitting in our face. Because you don't have a fucking clue the trauma that our people still suffer from these things that we've gone through up under you, man. It says what? They've given a boy for a harlot. You see? Turning our little boys out, prostituting our little boys. When you go watch Goodbye Uncle Tom's Goodbye Uncle Tom's Cabin, you see in that movie, it's a portion in that movie where they go into this fucking house and they got all these little boys painted up in gold and silver because they were prostituting them out. Basically making our sons catamites. You see? For the pleasure of wicked ass Edomites, man. This is the type of shit they were doing unto us. And you got the nerve to tell us to just get over it. You see? You've got the nerve to fix your fucking mouth to tell us to get over it. It was so long ago. And this is why when we finally get our hands upon you heathen, especially you Edomites, we're not going to have any mercy upon you, man. You see? Because you've made light of the torment that we had to suffer upon you. And this is why the harshest form of slavery the world is about to witness is going to happen in the kingdom of heaven. Once we shackle and chain you heathen nations according to the Most High's will. You see? And we're going to be, and when it's all said and done, we're going to be in that same pompous ass spirit of, oh, just get over it. You see? That was so long ago, get over it. Right? Because that's the same type of spirit that you or mindset that you have toward us. It says what? And sold a girl for wine that they might drink. You see, whoring our women out, our children out, our little girls out. Let's say it like that. You see, training for a bottle of wine and just letting multiple men have sex with her, rape her basically. Put her in a cabin, trade a bottle of wine, and you can go and have your way with her. This is what was being done to our little girls. You see? As young as 8 years old. Some even younger. You can go read Christopher Columbus's some of the facts of what Christopher Columbus was really doing when he was over here. When he first came over here. And a lot of this continued on those plantations. But you have to pay for all of that. The Most High hasn't forgotten. You see? It says what? Verse 4. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Exactly. Because you Hamites and you Ishmaelites, you're not guiltless. You're not guiltless as well. You're not going to walk free. You see that? Because once again, like I stated earlier in the lesson, there was a sub-Saharan slave trade where you had Ishmael, you see, taking Jake across the desert and selling them over there in the desert, man. You had Ham join hand in hand with Esau to catch us, to put us on those slave ships. And you're going to have some fucking idiot to say, yeah, well, you did have Israelites selling other Israelites as well. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And guess what? When it was all said and done, it's more than likely they were reincarnated here in slavery right along with the people they sold, man. You know? But this is what it is. You all have to pay. And the Most High is going to recompense you all, man. You see? Because that's some shit vocabulary. So, well, you had Israelites selling Israelites. Yeah. Yes, you did. But guess what? Now they're up under the curses catching hell. So it's not like they got away. Just like you heathen nations that are not going to get away. Verse 5 says what? Now why is the Most High going to recompense you? Verse 5 says what? Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things, which are who? His Israelites. His people. You see? Just carted us all throughout the earth and put us to work. And treated us like we weren't even human, man. Hell, Esau even wrote it in his constitution. They're not human. They're 3/5 of a human. You see? And this is why you see us treated so badly here in the land of America upon the Esau. Well, shit, in the West in general upon the Esau. But especially here in the land of America. It says what? The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, which are the Edomites. The Greeks are the Edomites. That's who we were sold to. You see? And what happened? That you might move them far from their borders. Via what? The transatlantic slave trade. Far from our border. What's our border? The land of Israel. How did so-called blacks end up here in the land of America? The transatlantic slave trade, man. That's how that prophecy right here was fulfilled. That's what the Most High is talking about. Now, what does he say he's going to do? Verse 7, behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. And this is what you're witnessing happening. The nation of Israel is being risen up in the land of their captivities, in the lands that we've been sold to. And now it's time for you heathen nations to be recompensed. And this is why you see the Euphrates River drying up. This is why you see America sending the largest warship to ever be created over there to the Middle East. And you're gonna start to see more and more of those heathen nations funnel over there to the land of Yahweh Shaphat. You see? Which is that land of Saudi Arabia. You see? That Levant area. And when it's all said and done, that land is going to be burned up to be purified. It says what? Joel 3:7, behold, I will raise them out of the place where ye have sold them and return your recompense upon your own head. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people afar off, for Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shah has spoken it. And this is what's coming. Just like you put us into a slave trade, we're going to put you heathen nations, beginning with you Edomites, into a slave trade and once we come into power. And this is what's written all throughout the scriptures. And these words weren't spoken, you see, to go out void, man. Everything Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shah has spoken is going to come to pass. And that includes this. So when you people talk about, oh, it doesn't talk about slavery in the Bible, that lets us know that you have no understanding of what's really going on. You have no understanding of what's written in these scriptures. You have no understanding of the Most High's will. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to go through and show you through multiple prophets where the Most High is bringing this right here to pass. Well, he's going to give our enemies over into our hands to possess them, man. Matter of fact, let's start with the Lord Yahweh Shai. Let's go to Revelation 2. Start at verse 26. It says what? Revelation 2 and 26. And he that overcometh, and this is the red letter, this is the Lord Yahweh Shai speaking. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. So like Yahweh Shai told us in Matthew, man, he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. He's reiterating that point right here in Revelation 2. We have to overcome all these trials and obstacles, you see, that we're about to face here in this final stretch of this journey that we're on. And once we overcome that, you see, Yahweh Shai promised to give us power over the nations. What is that talking about? Rulership, man. Authority. Dominion over you, because that's according to prophecy. You see, the Most High promised us everything in existence because we're going to be made co-heirs with Yahweh Shai, and that includes you heathen nations, man. Now it says what? Verse 27. And he shall return, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. And this is what's coming. Now let's go into that for let's go into our word for rod. When we go into our word for rod of iron, it goes into rhabdos.
Strong's G 4464. Hrabdos. Hrabdos.
You get to the point, to the context of what it was talking about. It says what? A staff used on a journey or to lean upon or by shepherds. Now this is what we're talking about, because Yahweh Shai is about to bring us to a state of being what? Kings and priests of the Most High God Yahweh. So how this word is used, it's applied to kings. So it says what? When applied to kings with a rod of iron, indicates the severest, most rigorous rule. And this is how we're going to rule over you heathen nations, man. We're going to rule over you with rigor. Why? Because you're going to build up our kingdom just like we've done before you. The whole reason this earth has been built up the way it's been built up, because it was built on the back of the Israelites, especially here in the land of America. You see? So just like you ruled over us with rigor, once we finally get our hands upon you and have your ass in shackles and chains, we're going to rule over you with rigor. The severest, most rigorous rule. You see, beyond anything the world has ever seen before. I want to see what this word goes into in the that's what this goes into in the online etymology. Rule. Right? Look at that. Principle of maximum governing conduct, rule, ruler. It says what? One who rules or governs, especially in reference to superior or sovereign authority. And that's what we're gonna have in the kingdom of heaven. We're gonna have sovereign authority. The only ones who are gonna be calling any shots are the Israelites, beginning with Yahweh Shai and the 144. And it's all gonna be established upon what? The laws, statutes, and commandments of the Almighty Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, the ultimate sovereign. You see that? It says, what else we got? Rule. To control, guide, direct, make conform to a pattern. Whoo! There it is. That's what I'm looking for right there. That's another one. To control, guide, direct, make conform to a pattern. And that's what we're gonna do. That's the purpose of those rods of iron. To make you conform to the way of righteousness. And if your ass get out of line, guess what? We're gonna bash you across the head. Send you back to the spirit world. Then you're gonna be reincarnated and try again. You see, and when that 1,000 years of slavery is up, that first dominion is up. You heathen will know righteousness. You won't be perfect in it, but you guess what? You'll be well acquainted with it after we finish kicking your ass. You see, but this is what's coming, and this is what's written all throughout the scriptures, man. You see, and ain't no getting around it. You see, the most I don't give a damn about how you feel about it. You know, he don't give a damn if you think it's racist or bigotry or whatever it may be. This is his will, and this is what's going to be done. And we, the prophets, are here to let you know what's about to happen. Now, we go back. Let's get some more. Let's get Jeremiah 30 and 16. It says what? Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, and you can go get the full understanding of that in Psalms 83. The Most High lists off all the adversaries of the nation of Israel. And it begins with Edom, the so-called white race. It says what? All thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. Slavery. You're going to be enslaved. Why? Because you enslaved the Israelites. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. This is what's coming. This is the punishment that's going to be brought upon you for selling the Israelites all throughout the world to build up your kingdom. It goes on to say what? And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. And all of you heathen nations have had a part in that. Once again, the reason you heathen nations are so rich, you see, you have so much wealth, is because everything that the Israelites need, we have to come to you for. You see? And you've amassed an innumerable amount of wealth off of our backs. And you all are going to pay for that. There's no getting around it. And it says what it says. Let's get Isaiah 14 and 1. It says what? For Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. This is what we're being prepared for right now. And this is what's begun. Us standing upon our feet, having this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, calling upon our power again, Yahweh, calling upon his son, Yahweh Shai, our high priest in the heavens. This is the Most High's mercy. Giving us this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, but through the Holy Spirit, this is the Most High's mercy being given unto us. You see, he said what? And he will yet choose us because we are and we will always be his people and none else. It says what? And set them in their own land, because we're going back home to that land that was stolen from us. You see, that land that was promised unto our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, for an everlasting possession. We're going back to that land. It says what? And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Those strangers are Israelite foreigners. You see, those of us who have woken up to this understanding here in these last days, now we're cleaving unto our true heritage. You see, coming back to the true understanding of who we truly are through the Holy Spirit of Yahweh Shemi Awashah. That's why they cleave. That's why we cleave unto the house of Jacob. This wasn't talking about actual heathen nations, because once again, and as we've been telling you, beginning with our apostles and elders, man, we've been telling you that you heathen nations have no part in this. No matter how you try to spin it, flip it, cut it, when you look at it with a proper understanding, you heathen nations have no part in what the Most High is doing with his chosen people. You see, the only part that you play in this is being our slaves for the rest of eternity. That's it. Verse 2 says what? And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. And this is what's coming. We're gonna take them captive who had us captive, and we're gonna rule over those who oppress us, man. You see that? Once again, this is the Most High's will. Let's get another one. Let's get Isaiah 60. Let's get a vision of the kingdom and show what you heathen nations are going to be doing for us in our kingdom. It says what? Yep. Isaiah 60 and 10. It says what? And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. This is what's coming. You heathen nations are going into slavery, as the Most High has promised. You see? It says what? For in my wrath I smote thee. How did the Most High do that? He brought us up under those curses. Being in slavery upon you heathen is a part of that curse. He did this unto us out of his wrath. And why did he have wrath against us? It's because of our disobedience, man. Our refusal to obey his will and do what he commanded us to do. So he gave us over to the heathen nations, man. Matter of fact, to prove that, let's get Baruch 4. Yep. It says what? Verse 5. Be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel. You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because you moved the Most High to wrath, you were delivered unto the enemies. There it is. You see? It's because we moved the Most High to wrath by doing what? Worshiping idols and doing all manner of wickedness before his sight in that land. He sold us unto the heathen nations, man. This is why we were sold on auction blocks. That was the Most High's wrath against us, punishing us for our rebellion, man. You see? That's what he did unto us in his wrath. But it says what? But in my favor have I had mercy on thee. And in his favor, he's having mercy upon us by giving us once again this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, giving us the true understanding of his name. You see? Understanding that he is our God, giving us the understanding of our high priest in the heavens, Yahweh Shah. You see? Who is the only one we can be saved through or saved by. That's why he's of the utmost importance unto us in this ministry. That's why we always preach Yahweh Shah, because he's the only one that can save us, man. That's the only way we can receive salvation as Israelites, that's in what? Faith in Yahweh Shah. You see? It says what? Therefore thy gate shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentile, which is the wealth of the heathen, and that their kings may be brought. So what? So they can serve us. And then the Most High goes on to further say, verse 12, for the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee will perish. Yea, those nations will be utterly wasted. So you have no option in this, man. You're going to either serve us or you're going to perish. This is what the Most High has spoken. You have no say-so on the matter, man. All of you heathen nations are going into slavery up under the Israelites according to the promise and prophecy of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Let's get Isaiah 61 and 5. It says what? And strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, and the sons of the alien shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers. So you're going to take care of our cattle. You're going to plow our fields. You're going to plant our vegetables. You're going to tend to our gardens. You're going to prune our vineyards. You're going to pick our grapes, stomp our grapes to make wine, so forth and so on. All this manual labor that you have the Israelites do here on this side, this is what you heathen nations are going to be doing in the kingdom of heaven. A brother want a palace built. Guess who's going to be going into the earth, digging out those precious stones that the brother wants inlaid into his palace? You heathen nations are, especially you Edomites. You're going to be down there in the goddamn mines digging out gold and silver, all type of amethyst and onyx and obsidian. You're going to be down there getting to work. You see, pickaxe in hand, hauling precious stones back and forth out of the caves, man. And the rest of you heathen nations are going to be right there with them, doing the same hard-ass manual labor, just like you've been forcing us to do for so long here in the land of our captivity. And it's only right. It's only right, man. That's true justice. Call halal Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. Now, I'm going to get one more and I'm going to wrap it up because I didn't want to go 30 minutes. But I'm going to wrap it up on this one, man. This is Psalms 149, if I'm mistaken? Yup. Psalms 149:4 says what? Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand. And we're going to be rejoicing and singing aloud upon our bed in our rest, which represents our rest in the kingdom of heaven. See, finally getting to enjoy the fruit of our labor, man. And we're going to be rejoicing and praising Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah every day. You see? Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth. And we're going to praise the Lord for the glory that he's going to bring us into, man. And a two-edged sword in their hand. To do what with it? To execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people. To bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. So if the kings and the nobles are going to be thrown into fetters and irons, what's going to happen to you regular, common heathen of these nations? You're going into slavery right along with your kings, man. Guess what? Did it not happen with us? We went into slavery with our kings, man. The same thing is coming down the pipe for you heathen nations. It says what? Verse 9, to execute upon them the judgment written. To execute upon them the judgment written. And we've been getting that this whole time. All I've been bringing out through the Holy Spirit is what? The judgments that are written to befall you heathen nations, man. And there ain't no stopping it. There's nothing you can do. This has been set in motion from the beginning. You see? Ain't nothing stopping this. You see, we're well on the way to that, man, because we see what's going on in the earth. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah is bringing prophecy to pass. When it's all said and done, you heathen nations will be shackled and chained by us so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and we're going to lead you into the kingdom of heaven so you can build it up just like we built up your kingdom. Thus saith the Bible, thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. With that, I'm going to end it by giving all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Ba'ashem Makakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful let Akim out there, pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah has created us to do. And with that, I'm going to say Shalom, Wa, Abba, Abba.